Welcome back to One Non-Blonde. I'm your host, Kim, and today I've got Adriano Balestrino, as I'm pronouncing that right?
That's correct.
Okay, and then Luis Pitto?
That's right.
All right. These are two of the bright young stars of the upcoming Station 211. So I'm hoping to get a little bit of dish because Martin didn't give me any information. He gave me like a good view, but he didn't give me the inside scoop. So I'm hoping I get some of the conspiracy scoop with you guys. How are you guys doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. Very hot today.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So you guys haven't seen each other in a while because of the coronavirus, huh?
That's correct. Gibraltar is a small place, so we have bumped into each other, I think, once in the last 3 months.
That's right. Actually, the other day, I saw you in the street.
Not so long ago. So, yeah.
Not so long ago.
Walking to work. But...
Yeah. So, was this film, where was the film mostly filmed at then? So in Gibraltar?
So the counters...
Station 211. Where was it filmed?
It hasn't been filmed yet.
Oh, it hasn't. Oh, it hasn't been.
Yeah, it's still early days.
Yeah, I know. We started the pre-production stuff.
That's correct. Yeah.
That's correct.
Far along did you think we were?
I thought you guys started filming again, but I guess you guys are still on lockdown.
Not quite. I think everything's getting ready to start filming as soon as possible, but we haven't done anything just yet. We've just read the script. So we know the script. We're kind of getting our characters ready, you could say. But yeah, we're just waiting for everything so we can actually start. We haven't started actually film, but we need to
get the signal. We need to get the signal from Martin and everyone else when they'll be in place. I suppose with lockdown worldwide and everything's delayed. So you know how these people are. I mean, directors or so may be involved in another project which has also been delayed. So things spiral one after the other.
Yeah. So
Martin's the one who knows, I suppose.
Martin knows. What we should put Martin on this call too.
Yeah, I don't want to step on Martin's toes, so I don't know what I mean, I could be wrong. They might have filmed something already.
I don't think so. No, I was just.
Yeah,
all I know is the page on IMDb appeared, I think, on the 30th of April.
Yeah.
So about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, so I saw like a little like some teasers. So that's a good start. That we're looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to it because I love conspiracy theories. Now, so when you started doing this and you're starting to read the scripts, do you guys start thinking your own conspiracy theories of like what's going on in this world? So do you guys have any like your own, not necessarily from these scripts, but do you ever have your own thoughts of conspiracy theories that you're thinking about?
Yeah, well, now that the corona's out, there's plenty.
Exactly.
Yeah, so let's hear some conspiracy theories, guys. This will get you guys started. I'm see what I'm doing. I'm prepping you to continue like method acting.
Give you information in the script.
I'm motivating you. Yeah, it's like
movie,
action.
Right? The Corona conspiracy.
Yeah, well, we'll write the Corona conspiracy starring you guys because you guys look great. So, so really, tell me a little bit about yourselves. Let's start with Luis. How are you doing? Give us a little background on how you got started, and then we'll do Adriano. So.
I've always done a bit of sort of acting or performing. I mean, when I was in school, I'd act. I'd also performed because I had a band and so on. And then, sort of a bit later on in life, I got involved with these plays that Adrian's also been in. They're sort of local history plays. We did 2 of them, one in I think 2015 and the other in 2018. And from that, mutual friend who was also involved in the play recommended us to Martin for the Woods Encounters. So that's how we got involved in that.
Oh, so what's the Woods Encounters about? I know you guys haven't seen it yet, but what's it about?
Well, it's set during the Second World War. And we are German soldiers, but again, there's a bit of a
twist.
There's a bit of a twist to it, and I'm not even gonna go near saying what it is.
Yeah, Adrian, he's like, no, we can't see her.
Yeah.
No.
But that makes it want us to watch it, right, Adrian?
The story is fantastic. I mean, the twist is at the very end, but it's one of these that it is an interesting story. It's basically me and Lewis are basically 2 soldiers. We separate from our battalion. They get lost or killed or somewhat. And at the end, everything kind of comes together. Me and Lewis realize what really had happened, and it is an interesting story. Yeah, I don't want to obviously.
No, don't give away too much because we want to watch it. I know, because like when I talk to Martin is such an amazing creative spirit. What is it like working with Martin? Because like he's just me alone, just getting a chance to talk to him a few times, I'm just like in awe of him.
Yeah, Martin is he has his vision, and you when you're on set with him, you can tell that he tries his best to get his vision across as much as possible to the director. But he's also very respectful to the director, and also allows the director to put his vision through. So it was interesting to see the two combining like that. But he did have a vision. Obviously, he wrote the script of the Woods Encounters, so he tried his best to get it across as much as possible. And I think he succeeded. And obviously, with this new project that's coming up, yeah, the guy is unstoppable for now. Yeah.
Well, and aren't you excited that he's like brought you onto the train?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
When we got the phone call for the Woods Encounters, which was the first one, obviously we've already done theatre, me and Lewis, so it was a bit not difficult to adapt, but interesting to adapt to film. And just getting the call and having the opportunity was fantastic, and having that opportunity open up others, obviously it's something that you can't say no to for now.
I mean, in many ways, it's very different as well, because, you know, if you remember with theatre, we're sort of rehearsing for months in advance and learning all these lines and so on. And this, I mean, I don't think we looked at the script much before we even went off to shoot. But it's great.
I did spend some time in front of the mirror because I've got to play the scared soldier in the Woods Encounters. And so it was a lot of facial expressions and practicing that. And obviously, I think we've done a good job. Let's see. Fingers crossed.
When is that coming out? It
should have been out by now, but we've had delays with obviously the corona. We had some CGI delays as well, I believe. Yeah. And I've seen some posts from the director recently. And it looks like he's in final steps, so perhaps it hasn't been released because of this corona, but I know it should be soon.
From what I've seen, most things seems to be done, like the scoring and so on. So I get to see the posts on Facebook. So
well, I know, it's like I was gonna ask, you know, like, so you guys are just in the same place that a lot of the rest of us are too. It's like, you know, hold your breath and wait to see when it's coming out. And I said, because I was looking at your IBDM, and it's like, it's there, but it's not, like you said, it's not there yet. It's like upcoming projects. I
think we received the script the day it went on IMDb. So we were like, we were tagged in it, and then Martin literally sent us the email. So we were like, wait, what? We were tagged in it before we were actually seeing the script.
Oh, wow.
So we're like, oh, this is exciting. So, but Martin instantly gave us a call and said, I don't know if you've seen, but we're doing this, and we want you in it, and it's going ahead. So can't wait for this. The lockdown is relaxing on Monday here. So hopefully things start to move again. But we know in Spain, where most of the production is actually happening, they have a complete lockdown more or less at the moment. I think some bars and stuff are open, but they're still behind us.
So they've had a pretty hard time of it in Spain with the coronavirus.
Yeah, they might come from their side, unfortunately.
Yeah. So now I just because I'm very curious, because I my listeners as well. Now, is this a film in English, or is it a film in another language, Spanish?
It's English.
Or something?
It's English. We were hoping to do it in German.
That'd have been cool. I was gonna say
German accent.
That's why I didn't want to say Spanish, because it was like a German, because it's a German play.
Yeah, that's it. We really wanted to, but the problem with the German accent is if you don't nail it right, it could become comedic.
Yeah,
that's right.
And we weren't confident. I mean, we had enough time to practice. I practiced and practiced and practiced, so we could have given it a try. But we had other extras there as well who had the short lines in it, and they were Spanish. They hadn't practiced, and like I said, with the
Yeah.
German accent, you either nail it or you don't. So we decided to put that aside and focus on the actual story and film itself. And yeah, hopefully it's having our accents and us in German uniforms won't be too much of it confusing.
Now that you mentioned the uniforms, that I found really cool, because the uniforms we were using were originals. So they'd actually belonged to German soldiers during the Second World War. And that in itself, you were wearing a bit of history there for 2 days while you're lying in the mud and whatever. And it was curious to think. I mean, I had an SS uniform on, so my thoughts were, what has this uniform seen, or even what has this uniform done? Because those guys were quite ruthless.
Well, going back to conspiracies, they say it is a real uniform, but it might not be, Lewis.
Oh, well,
conspiracy theory. Yeah, conspiracy theories going. No, I mean, I'm like you. I would think, like where, when you, I don't know about you, but when I'm in a place where there's like a lot of historical events happen, or like you said, having something like that, it kind of makes you think back. I think maybe it's our creative juices, but it makes you feel like that even though it's an inanimate object, what did it experience in that sense?
Right.
It's really cool. I like that idea. So basically it's you two are the main two people. So you guys are the two, with each other then, or
in the Woods Encounters, yes.
Go ahead.
That was the story was us two and our interaction, as Adrian said, after we'd been separated from the rest of the soldiers.
Yeah, so it's what intensity with that. So it helps probably that you guys knew each other as friends and worked together.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we've known each other pretty much most of our lives, right?
We've grown up. Yeah, we've basically grown up together, you could say.
Yeah.
So it helped, and I was called into this before Lewis was, and Martin asked, "Do you know anyone that would be?" And I mean, I couldn't. I almost had to cry at one point in the film and stuff, and I wouldn't be able to do that with anyone else for now. So Lewis would have been perfect for it.
I didn't know that actually.
Well, I'm sitting. Look at me. I'm like the gossip columnist here. I got all the information, inside scoop.
Yeah, they called you before me.
Rivalry coming on here. a new. We'll start a new film now. No, but you guys. I mean, I think that's really great. So. I know I've talked to other actors who started out in the theater and then moved into to the movies, in the digital era. Is it a little harder to act because you're not reacting to an audience as well? I know you said about the practice, but don't you get something out of like the audience when you're doing a live performance as opposed to just in front of a camera?
I'll take that one. For me, it's a bit more fulfilling on stage in that sense. You do it, you don't just do it once, you do it maybe a full week or whatever. So every day you can get better and better. The first day you didn't like how you did it, so you might change it a bit and let's try it like this and respond off the crowd, like you said. So you can always adapt when you're on stage. In front of the camera, you're responding to the director. The director takes it, doesn't like it, takes again until he likes it. So you don't technically know 100% what you're doing correct.
Yeah, but not that we have to do that many takes. We got it right.
You guys
nailed it. Surprisingly enough, we had a bit of a tight time schedule, so maybe that helped. But surprisingly enough, we did very few takes, so we were quite happy with that. But we haven't seen the product, so there's nothing at the moment to be proud about. You know what I mean?
That's right. Whereas on stage, you get the audience reaction.
That's it. Later on after the show, they might come up to you, tell you they laughed it, because this brought back memories and this and that. But in film, we haven't experienced it yet because we haven't seen it yet, so we don't know.
Yeah, but I like the idea of the film, though. For me, I think the acting involved is perhaps you have to be a bit more realistic and a bit less expressive. I mean, I suddenly got told. I remember one of the scenes we were filming that I was just being too expressive with my face. But it's different on theater, in the theater, where you've got to
overexpress in the theater.
Yeah, right. You have to like
bigger.
Because if not,
whereas on film you've got a camera in your face.
The guy at the end won't hear you, and he won't see you either.
Yeah.
So you've got to really project, and where in film it's just camera's literally right there, so it's more intimate as well.
I know I can say because you guys both have very animated personalities, and I can see that, especially Luis. It's like but that's just it. You could tell that you guys are both have the theater background, which I love because to me, theater is like my favorite. I mean, I love all mediums, but to have that opportunity to be in live theater, I'm sure you guys are just missing that as well. I mean, do you think you'll be starting up again soon with theater when
I've
Gibraltar
actually
opens?
I've received a couple of scripts already. That's waiting
yeah.
to go.
No, I volunteered to sign up for one that you'd said, but I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, if it goes ahead or not anyway.
Yeah, we're hoping it will. Well, from what I hear, it's hopeful it's going ahead.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Eager to get back on. And there's a lot of friends you make in theater, so it's good to see that it's family. So it's good to see them.
And in a place like Gibraltar, which really is little more than a village, you do get to meet. It's within a sort of certain group of people, and you do get to know them, and you see them year in, year out. So yeah, as Adrian says, you do make good friends.
Yeah.
I was talking to Martin because he sent me a video of Gibraltar, and I said I want to visit so bad. Now I have 2 new people I can go and visit with too, and get to see you on the stage hopefully, because I just think that it sounds like a very beautiful place to live, and I like the fact that, like you said, everybody's a kind of a close-knit community. So there's a lot of people, I'm sure, in the theater world in Gibraltar. So when you're filming, where'd you film? Did you film in Gibraltar for this one, or did you go to Spain?
No, the Woods and Council was filmed in Spain.
Okay.
And I know that Martin had trouble getting the permits for certain dates, so that caused the delay as well. But in the end, it was.
Sorry, it could have been filmed in Gibraltar, but the Upper Rock that we have, it is have a lot of tourism.
Mm-hmm.
So the sound would have been an issue. Cordoning off areas would have been an issue. So he found a more appropriate.
In the mountains in Spain, it was beautiful actually.
Yeah.
The weather was terrible though. But actually, that worked better for the film.
Yeah. So what was the weather like? Was it snow, rain? What was it?
It was rain and mist. But and freezing. But it did help because it looked awesome on film. The little bits that we saw looking back when you
came in at one point, it was very cinematic.
Oh, I can't wait to see this. So is it? It's a short. I'm assuming, right? Because you said it was only a 2-day film. Okay, so how long?
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, the actual filming, we left Gibraltar at 5 a.m. on the first day. Arrived on location just around 7:30, something like that. So 2.5 hour drive. And as soon as we had makeup and costume on, start shooting all the way until sundown. And once there was not enough light, we slept in a camping that was nearby, a sort of a campsite.
So cold and misty.
Next day, yeah, cold and misty. And bugs and lizards and things around. But anyway, next day up again as soon as possible, even before dawn, get ready. As soon as the sun's out, start filming until sundown. And that was the time we had.
It was 24 hours filming within 48 hours, basically.
Yeah. And I think that says a lot about you guys as actors, the 2 of you, because they trusted you on such a short shoot time.
Well, we'll find out.
No, I already know it. I could but just looking at the 2 of you, I could just tell already. I mean, you guys I could see it. It's believable. I see the camaraderie that you guys have and that chemistry, which is, I'm sure, a very important part of this film. So
virtual hug, Lewis. Virtual hug.
So I think it's gonna. I can't wait to see it. I really can't. So with Station 211, you guys are gonna hopefully be filming soon. And did you guys both have large parts in this? Are you guys just in the I know Martin said it was gonna be like a movie and then a series. Are you guys in the full thing?
From what I've seen of the script, we've got quite minor roles, but they both certainly end on a cliffhanger. If I can say that. So I'm pretty sure that they'd be involved in the series.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Kind of setting it up for our characters to
that's right.
Evolve.
Modes. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I'm because I think this is going to be a really great series. It's like, talking to Martin, people love conspiracy theories. It's like, it's Absolutely. Constant. And it's like every culture, every generation has some type of either conspiracy theory or like legend or myth that is going to be able to, this is like endless. You can do so many different things. So it's pretty exciting for you guys. So in that, what just, again, not going with the actual what's going on in the show or the movie, but do you guys have like a favorite myth or legend that you guys like to share? One of you can give me one if you have one, or a story that you've
First, go first.
I'm not sure. What, are you asking me about what comes up in Station 211?
No. You don't have to, because
right.
like I said, because I know that Martin wants to keep it kind of like.
Well, that's right.
Yeah. No, this is your favorite. Like if you had like like we were joking about the conspiracy theory be a corona. Is there like any kind of like legend?
Well,
or something?
The corona is very current at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got people attacking the 5G masts and so on and all that. I don't know. I think you've stumped me there a bit.
I stumped you. Oh no, I don't want to stump I don't ever want to stump my guests.
Aliens.
Aliens. Could it be?
No, we're ancient alien. We come from ancient aliens. That's I mean, that's how we evolved. That's the biggest conspiracy I think we have at the moment.
Do you ever see that show? Do you guys get that show? And,
yeah.
And it's
Ancient Aliens.
Yeah, Ancient Aliens. Could it be?
I think it's on Netflix, actually.
Yeah, he's like, oh my gosh. Wouldn't it be cool to meet him? I don't want to. This is who does it.
It'd be good to have a conversation with him.
Who does your hair? That's like, I think that's its own ancient alien. And so,
Or doesn't do his hair.
Who doesn't do this? Okay, so I guess this is something kind of off topic, but it's not. My son, when he graduated college, we were like, and I'm just one of those people who do this. So we were looking around, taking pictures. He's graduating from college, and all of a sudden I look over and this guy looked like he had Giorgio hair. It was just like everywhere. So of course I had to I'm like, Josh, move over a little bit so I could take a picture of him.
Get him in shot.
I gotta get. I was like, look. I said, look who I found. Could it be? But it wasn't him, obviously. But I just, I find things like that amusing.
It was a conspiracy.
Yeah, I just find things like that amusing.
Yeah.
So
what's your biggest belief in conspiracies then?
Oh my gosh. So I'm still trying to figure out Bigfoot. It's like,
oh, really?
Is he there? I mean, he's everywhere. He's a Yeti. He's a Sasquatch. It depends on where he's at,
Maybe like you get different. I don't know, different species of wolf or bear. You've got different species of Bigfoot. You've got the Yeti. You've got the.
Tell you what, catch me walking in the woods in the States.
I know. I was gonna say with that facial hair going on there. Now, how tall are you, Adrian?
I'm doing meters. I'm 1.75 meters.
Okay,
that's all.
Or it could be a baby Sasquatch.
Sorry?
It could be a baby Sasquatch.
A baby Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Yeah, baby Sasquatch.
Baby Sasquatch. No, that's all. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm only 5 foot tall. So how many meters is that? I'm not a metric.
152.
Oh, okay.
So what am I, Lewis, in foot then?
About 5. I don't know, 175, about 5'9", 5'10". No, I think 5'10", something like that.
5'10".
Yeah.
So we work in meters and stuff, yeah.
Oh, look at it. We're just going to work out meters and so we're doing a math class too.
That's right.
You guys
do everything here
and do math.
5 feet 8 inches.
5 feet 8. Okay, so you're okay. So you're not Sasquatch.
I'm not Sasquatch. Not quite.
No. But you're facial Sasquatch. Yeah. So what have you guys been doing with yourselves with the coronavirus? Are you guys been with lockdown? Have you guys had? I think Lewis said you were working. Are you?
Yeah, I've had to work every day.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but that's because you work from home. Some people get to work from home. It's all good for some.
Yeah.
No, my work's considered essential because I work in the courts. I'm a lawyer, but I work in the courts. I clerk in the courts, which means I give advice to the judges, basically.
Nice. And then Adrian, you're working from home, huh?
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm a property manager for government.
You can work from home. Yeah,
so,
look at you guys.
As long as I've got my friendly phone and my Apple, I'm good to go.
Yeah, so you guys are multi-talented. Not only are you great actors, you guys have amazing jobs, which is pretty interesting too.
You got to pay the bills.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, you're working actors, so which means you work something else, right?
I wish it could become full-time, but unfortunately.
Yeah, that would be.
You know, after all this, I think you will. I mean, I really do. I think these are going to be some really great. No, because you know, I know that you know, Martin said the last year they were like on the edge of one of his shorts going to the Oscars. You know, it was in the the final stages. I have a feeling this is going to be the one, and then you guys will be at the Academy Awards, and there you go. I know. I know. There's something about this one. I really feel it. I just do. It's just like, you know, just talking to Martin a little bit, and then talking to you guys. It just seems like it's going to be one of those shorts that it's going to definitely be.
Well, Station 2 and 1 is not a short.
No, not talking about short that one, but I'm talking about the other one too.
Oh, the woods.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, Station 211 I know is not a short, and that's going to be phenomenal. You guys will be known all over the world, because it's going to be something that's not going to just be regional. That's definitely going to be going all over the place, because that is something, like I said, everybody wants to listen to or hear. So I'm excited for you both. And I'm excited that you guys are going to be coming off a lockdown soon. In Florida, we've already been off. And it's been interesting because people either take it very seriously and still try to do the 6-foot distancing and all that. And then there's other people who's like, who cares? And they're crowded the beaches and everything like that. So what do you guys, I mean, are you guys, when you're doing lockdown, when you're taking it off, do you think you're going to have tourists coming back in yet? Or are you still kind of keeping it more local?
That's what we're not sure of yet, because the border's with Spain, and most of the tourism comes over the border, and it's not completely up to us when people can sort of start flooding in or otherwise.
Yeah,
they've got a bigger issue than we've had. We've actually been very, very lucky here in Gibraltar. We've had no deaths from corona and very low numbers. But again, it's probably because our government acted quickly, and we had lockdown, and a lot of people took it seriously. But now that we are easing out, you mentioned the beaches here are getting packed, and that could be a problem.
The lockdown worked when the weather wasn't good, but now the weather's getting better.
That's us too. That's us too. I know it's scary, because like I live in Clearwater, so Clearwater Beach, and I'm sure you've seen things about Clearwater Beach, and it's mostly tourism, and then same with you guys, I'm sure. And the people who live in Gibraltar probably are not the ones running on the beach. It's the people who, I mean, you're there at the beach.
Plenty of locals at the beach here.
Yeah.
Our tourism at the moment is completely shut down because our borders are closed, and no cruises and stuff are coming in. Yeah. So literally, it's just locals at the moment in Gibraltar. And I've always been a bit of a germaphobe. So for me, this corona thing is probably the best thing that's happened, because people are actually washing their hands now and respecting people's distances and actually being more careful in how things can pass. So I'm loving this. Honestly, I think this is the best thing that could have happened. But people are very eager to get back to normality, and I think that might be a problem for spreading it again in the future. I just don't want to be locked down at Christmas, because that's when I want to have a good time.
Yeah.
But you do worry that if you do ease the lockdown too soon, and there are still people out there who are infected, and they tell us that so many don't show any symptoms.
I know.
And then so they wouldn't even know about it. You spread it, and people are getting into contact with others, and could cause another outbreak. But let's see.
I know.
I was hoping we'll be all right.
Went back to Adrian. I'm like, I can't believe, I don't know about you guys, but on our TV, national television, they're showing us how to wash our hands. I'm like, people didn't know how to do that beforehand.
Exactly. It's like,
I agree with you. It's I was always doing this stuff, and people are like, oh, you have to go. I'm like, wouldn't you normally?
Exactly. Use your hands before cooking. Wash your hands when you get home. I mean,
it's like common sense, which I think it's so not common anymore. I feel like you cannot use the word common sense.
It's uncommon now.
It's uncommon sense. Uncommon sense. Now I have a quick question for Adrian, just because I have to. Your dog. I have a Facebook.
He's here. He's got a little tiki hat.
Oh.
Come. Say hello.
Look at
it. My buddy. He had a
I know. I love the pictures of that dog.
It's my best friend.
Yeah.
Often you, Lewis. Don't worry.
Yeah, Lewis is
I won't take any offense.
Lewis, do you have a dog or no?
I don't have a dog. I have 4 kids.
Oh, you're so busy. You have 4. Wow. I have 5.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Five
So
what? 5
5
dogs?
children. Well, I have 2 dogs, 5 children.
Oh, the same.
Yeah. I used to have 4 dogs, but now
You
I'm
got
down
7
to
dogs then.
I'm down to 2 dogs. I was at one point I had 4 dogs. So
Well,
I love dogs.
I love dogs.
I love children too.
Yeah, I prefer dogs.
Oh, you haven't got any
No
children
children.
yet, Adrian.
You have
I
any
got no
children yet?
Just one
You
dog.
have one dog, one child.
Okay.
So, Luis, how old are your children?
My eldest is 12, then 8, 5, and 1.5.
Oh
Got
my
a-
goodness!
Yeah, my eldest is my son, the only one, and the other 3 are girls.
Oh,
Boy and
congratulations!
3 girls.
You got
Thank
your
you.
hands full.
Lewis's
I have.
eldest is a copy of Lewis.
Yeah.
Is
I'm
like mini.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. No, I have 5. I have 2 boys and 3 girls. So
It's a lot.
it's a lot. No, they're older now. So yeah,
Right.
but
And do you have them very close together, Kim?
very much. They're actually 31, 29, 25, 24, and 23.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the last 3 are one after the other.
Right after the other, 30 months apart. Exactly, 30 months apart. So yeah, one each turns. It's like, yeah. So yeah, but no, it's fun. I love kids. I miss them being home as children. So I'm excited for you on that. But I also like the fact they're adults now because they're doing their thing. And I have 2 grandkids now. So I have a 2 and a 3-year-old. So 2 grandsons. Keeps me busy. Thank you. But no, family's important and puppies are important too. Look at a face. You guys, when they do that, does your owner and the pet look alike? You two look so cute together. It's like, oh, look at that.
Especially with the beard, Adrian. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. The beard, you both look so good. I mean, he's got a beard, you got a beard. Oh.
He's my birdie.
How old is he?
Well, it's a bit of a mystery because we've had him for about 4 or 5 years. And when we got him, one vet said he was about 2 years old. Another vet said he was about 4 years old.
Oh.
So I think he was about 3 when we got him.
Well, let's keep it in the middle. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'd put him about 7 or 8 now, maybe.
Yeah.
Like that. But he still acts like a puppy.
Yeah. Yeah. He's beautiful. Yeah. Well, guys, when Station 211 actually starts shooting, will you guys come back so we can talk some more?
Definitely, yeah.
And then when the other short comes out, we can talk the whole scenes. I love talking movies, so this will be great. I'll sit and watch it, and then we'll talk about it because I love that kind of stuff. Because my degree, I did not have to do a lot of analyzing of critical thinking on movies and shorts, so that's why I'm like excited. So that's why I'm like picking apart, even though I haven't seen it because obviously it's not out yet. I'm trying to like pick apart what you guys did because I'm already visualizing it. You know what I'm saying? I can see the 2 of you in the woods and like the mist. I'm visualizing it. So yeah, I'm seeing it already. It's going to be amazing. And
have you seen the trailer for The Woods Encounters actually?
Pardon me?
The Woods Encounters. Have you seen the trailer for that one?
I've seen the trailer, yeah. So I'm
good.
excited for it. I really want to see you guys do this. It's gonna be. Like you said, I can't wait, and I see great things for both of you, and because you guys are both amazing actors and people, and that's the most important thing. I think the thing is we need to have humanity, and that's the most important. Is just being true people, true to ourselves, and true to kindness and friendship, as you guys have. So
absolutely.
Thank you so much. I know this has been kind of for those in the background, didn't realize that we have the time change and everything else. And I'm 6 hours ahead of you or behind you.
That's right. Behind us. Yeah.
Behind. Yeah. I forgot all about the time change. In fact, I was like, I happened to be actually messaging Martin and I'm like, yeah, I said, I'm meeting the guys at 9:30 or 5:30. And he goes, oh, it's about an hour from now. And I'm like, what?
Oh, no.
He goes, time change. I'm like, oh yeah. And I'm like, why do we have time change? I don't know. Do you guys don't do time change, do you?
No, we don't. Well,
we do.
You do.
We change it in March, towards the end of March, and then we change it back towards the end of October.
Yes, us too. Yeah. So that's why we got all messed up. Yeah, it's just crazy though. I don't know. Time changes.
Daylight savings.
Yeah, the daylight savings. I don't know. If I was me, okay, so I can tell this, Luis, you know how I feel. When you have children, isn't it the biggest, cruelest joke in the world, especially babies, when they take the time change?
That's right, and you're trying to put them to bed, and then all of a sudden it's very bright at bedtime when it didn't used to be.
Yep. It's
And they're like saying, why are you putting us to bed now? It's still daylight.
I can still play.
That's right.
I know. And then they get up when it's still dark because they're used to getting up at a certain
Absolutely.
hour. Oh, I think it's the cruelest thing they could do to parents.
So it's like a mini jet lag for a few days, you know?
Yeah, it is.
You're completely out of sync.
Yeah. Even your dog will do that too, right?
Natural contraceptive, this.
No, you want to have children
Adrian.
someday, don't you, Adrian?
Yeah, one day.
Yeah, someday. Yeah, I'll get there. I got my dog. All right. Well, thank you both so much. It has been a pleasure talking to both of you, and great. I'm wishing you both of you best of luck in everything you do and all your endeavors, and most importantly, wishing you both health and safety and blessings with your friendship and your relationships with your family and friends, and hopefully someday soon. Hey, who knows? You might be able to come and shoot here in the United States when you're doing something, or I can maybe eventually go to Gibraltar. Which reminds me, I have to renew my passport. It actually is expiring soon, so definitely need to get together soon. And thank you so much for your time. And as always, you were listening to One Non-Blonde, and stay true and always follow your dream.
The character I played was Pen Scoffer. He was a very scared character. It was the first time he was at war, whereas the other characters had more war experience. It was very interesting, because I've never done anything like that before. The set that we used was in the mountain location, so it was very scenic and very appropriate. The crew were very nice. We all kind of bonded very well. We were all one big family. I had acted before with Pitto, so I knew what he was like. We get along very well, and I think on theatre we've done numerous plays together. So this was something different to be on set with him, but we work with each other very well. The makeup artists were very professional. They kept the professionalism throughout, on set and off set. And as you will see, the makeup was A-class. Well, Martin was very accommodating. From the minute he gave us a script, he was very helpful. He explained to us exactly what he wanted from us, so we had a very clear image of our character from the very beginning. That helped us during preparations while they got all the permits and everything. It gave us enough time to get into character. We spent a lot of time in front of the mirror, because that, obviously with film, it's different than in theatre, because you've got to get the camera right in your face, whereas in theatre, the people are further away, and it's more expressions of arms and dramatic moves. I'm not as young as the character is meant to be. The character is a bit more scared than I am. However, put into the circumstances that the character was put into, I have no doubt I would be as terrified as him. But it was difficult to try and get into that character because it's not something I have ever experienced. There's scenes where are extremely dramatic war scenes where I have never experienced war at the end of the day. So I had to do a little bit of research, and with that research and films that have been done in the past, I tried my best to portray the terrified soldier that Pen Scoffer is. The cold helped. It was very cold. So that shivering helped when it came to portray fear. But no, unfortunately, I don't. But I did have time to understand the character. Rather than associate myself with him, I took the time to understand him and understand the situation he was in. And hopefully that comes out when everyone sees the movie.
I was recommended by Katrine, with whom I had acted in a couple of productions in the theatre. Martin was asking, as I understand, was asking for actors. I asked Katrine who he knows, and she recommended me and Adrian. I've never done any film before. First for me. We got sent the script. I hadn't practiced the lines before we started filming at all. I'd read over them. But I suppose before each take, whenever we had any dialogue, I said, pass me a script, quick, revise it, and then get it out. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it and love filming as much as I have, actually. It's something that I want to continue doing. I've realized that I really, really enjoy it. Probably more than theatre, actually. It's a very demanding schedule. I mean, we left Saturday morning, 5 a.m., and then as soon as we were there, as soon as possible, we started filming, and it's constant filming until the sun goes down. The next day, again, gets up around 7, so that you can, as soon as the sun is up, start filming and continue filming till the sun goes down. I think it was also a very sort of, we didn't have as much time as perhaps would have been ideal to film all we wanted to film, so that was very challenging. Also the weather. Even though the weather, I suppose, was good atmospherically for the film, when it was raining and you're wearing these old uniforms that are getting soaked and the wind is freezing, it does become a challenge to try and keep in character. I already knew Adrian and I already knew Katrine, but I think we've been able to quickly sort of make friends with everybody. And there was a great atmosphere among the whole crew. I think we all got along. Quite often we were able to joke with each other. And I think I've made some friends, some new friends. I'm very happy about that, actually.
You're listening to One Non-Blonde, the podcast that goes beyond the surface and digs deeper for the truth around us. I'm your host, Kim. Join me for this weekly podcast where my amazing guests sit down and talk about what's going on in their mind. You might be surprised and always be entertained.